grill behind me isn't working, and we definitely need to cook our food. It's the first night. So we rigged up this. It's the fire pit. We found this grate, but it didn't fit anywhere. It doesn't have legs. So we took some granite blocks from around the house, set it up, charcoal in the middle. Should cook our meat just fine. All right. It's EJ with Lucid Skis out for another Lucid adventure. It is 1:30 in the morning on June 23rd. We are in the presidential range trying to do a one-day presidential traverse. With this hike, you can either start or finish in the dark. It's a 15-hour book time, so we are starting in the dark. Now, normally you would start this hike somewhere between 4 and 5:30, not 2 o'clock. But there's a very high chance of rain moving into the area right around 4 or 5 this afternoon. So we're gonna take off from the trailhead right around 2 a.m. It's a 4-hour hike up to Madison Hut, roughly. And then we'll be on the ridge all day. So we've staged 2 cars, one at the Cog Railway and one at the end. Mount Washington is about halfway through the hike, about 10 miles, and that'll be our bail-off point if the weather starts moving in, or if 3 guys in their late 30s can't handle this hike in a day. I'm on this hike with 2 of my friends from high school, Randy and Sal here in the background. They're pretty pumped. We were up until about 10 o'clock, and then we tried to catch a few hours of sleep. I think the only one that was successful was Randy. Should be a good day. Been looking forward to this one since last year when I tried and didn't get this done. Wish us luck. I know it's impossible to see me, but it is 2:30. We're here at the trailhead, gonna get started. 3 3/4 of a mile to the hut, which will be our first destination. Madison. First of the presidentials that we'll be doing. And there's the hut. We're gonna drop our bags here, grab just a layer, water bottles, scramble up Madison, then come back down and get a coffee here at the hut. Still early. Is that what time is it? It's 5 o'clock in the morning, so we don't want to go in there too early. 0.5 up, 0.5 back, so by the time we come back down, that place should actually have some lights on. Okay, so just over 3 hours and 5 minutes in, we are at the top of Madison, our first mountain. You can see behind me Mount Washington in the distance and the ridge we have to go along. When we get there, we will be halfway done, which is a little intimidating at the moment. Quick bathroom break, refill the water bottles, use the bathroom here at the Madison Hut, and we are headed towards Mount Adams. Towards Mount Adams, not even a ski hill. It's a mile to the summit, and yeah, it's getting cool. Clouds are definitely starting to roll in. Rain is expected at like 4 or 5. If we keep this pace, I think we'll either be out of the woods or almost out of the woods before that starts. So it all depends on how long we lollygag at these summits, but we're really kind of tagging and bagging and then just moving on. Hiking up Adams. It's basically one big rock scamper. That's the top way up there. Alright, I forgot. So for Adams, we are 4 hours, 50 minutes in, and it's 7:11. Then we're gonna hike around the Gulf And there's Washington there. I think I'm feeling pretty good. Back's a little sore, but body's doing pretty good. Alright, so we just summited Jefferson up there, but the wind was too high to talk to the camera. It's 12 past 9 now. We got up there about 9 o'clock. We are 6 hours and 50 minutes in. Next mountain is Washington. We're starting to see more people here on the trail. Everybody's trying to rush to get ahead of the rain. We thought 4, but just heard from some people they think 2, which means we're gonna have to hoof it, or we'll probably just end up getting a little wet. Alright, so we made it to the summit of Mount Washington. It got pretty disgusting there for a little bit. The rain wasn't supposed to start until 4, and it came at 10. It's let up now. We're gonna go in and assess the forecast and figure it out. But yeah, freezing rain isn't exactly a pleasure to hike in, so we're gonna figure out what we want to do. Really don't want to give up on this, but also want to be safe. Such a zoo at the top that I forgot to record. So we just left the summit of Mount Washington at 12:05. So if you carve out the 2 breaks we've taken, we are actually on book time, 15 hours for this hike. We had a little bit of debate on whether or not we were going to continue, given how shitty that last mile was with the freezing rain. It's like 40 degrees up here with 30-mile-an-hour winds, and rain it's not a good time. But we talked to the forecaster up here, and the rain we were expecting, the rain at 4, looks like it's still holding. To sneak down. Alright, so we just tagged Franklin at 1:40. We have 2-mile hike to Eisenhower. 2-mile hike to Eisenhower. We'll get that and then just Pierce, and then we'll be in the woods headed back down. is the summit marker for Pierce, our last mountain in this shit dig. Now we've got about a 3-mile hike down to the car, and go get some beers and some food. So we just tagged Pierce. This is rain. We are gonna get wet. Unfortunately, I didn't get the end of our presidential traverse because it started pouring rain as soon as we headed down from Pierce. From there, it was, I think, a 3.1 mile hike back to Crawford Path, the end of Crawford Path, to the car, again, in the rain the entire time. The whole hike took us about 15 hours, which is book time, and we had it pegged over just 20 miles on our GPS watches. An amazing experience. I was so glad to have Randy and Sal there for the second attempt, just to knock it out. If you get the opportunity, whether you do it over 1 day or you do it over 2 or even 3 days using the hut system, the Presidential Traverse is certainly a must-do on any New England hiker's checklist. Thanks for joining us on this adventure. If you like what you saw, if you want to support Lucid Skis, there's a number of ways you can do that. The first is go to our website, lucidskis.com, check out our merchandise, send us a message, buy a set of skis. You can follow us on social media, Instagram and Facebook, both at Lucid Skis, or here on the YouTube channel. Just click that subscribe button below and you'll get notifications of these adventures, giveaways, and other things we'll be doing. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.